Next phase after your CAT journey is selecting the right B school for yourself. And I understand it's a very tedious process. You have to kind of figure out a lot of things, understand a lot of things before finaling one university. Today, we happen to be at BIMTECH, which is in Delhi, Greater Noida. Here, we'll be talking to different students with different specializations, and we'll be asking them about their student experience, a lot of information about their curriculum, and we'll debunk a lot of myths. So, let's not keep them waiting and let's debunk some myths. It's a beautiful campus, it's pretty green. I just wonder where my friends are. I have to meet two of the PGDM students and I want to kind of have an interaction with them and understand how things are. And here they are. Hello guys. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Okay, what's happening?
So actually our college has organized a food printout event.
Yeah.
It is basically an event organized by Food Conduit. So we've given the opportunities to the students to showcase their talent of cooking and everything. And apart from this, we have sponsors from outside also.
Oh, that's
who organize
perfect.
stalls.
Very nice. Do you get to earn money while doing this?
Sure.
I mean, we get to learn a lot.
That's
so-
more important.
Yeah, that's more important than money right now.
Awesome. Great. So why don't you guys introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. So hi, my name is Praveer. I'm a second year student here at BIMTECH and I specialize in marketing and the minor that I've chosen is strategy.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Nishan and I'm specializing in finance with strategy as my vertical.
Awesome, Nishan. Okay, so here I believe let's let them be, let them do their thing, and we'll sit somewhere and have a conversation where we can, I've promised my viewers that we'll be debunking a lot of myths regarding MBA and BIMTECH in general. So why don't we sit and have a conversation?
Let's go.
Okay, lead the way. Okay guys, finally we have some peace. Now here we can talk about things and I have a very interesting set of questionnaire to ask you. So this was the set of questionnaire I came up with, not questionnaire, maybe myths I came up with when I was researching about BIMTECH. So okay, I wanted to debunk some myths one by one. So okay, myth number one is BIMTECH is not as good as other B schools.
That's an interesting one and maybe something that a lot of people might face. But I feel personally that comparison is the thief of joy. Because every B school has something that's unique to them. It's like you're out in the market to buy a car and no car is perfect for you, right? There's something that the other car will have over the first one that you pick. Similarly, with every B school I feel. And talking about BIMTECH, personally I think there are a lot of things like the faculty. A lot of them were very, very renowned. Like Shedigar sir, he is an economics teacher that we have. And he was part of Dr. Manmohan Singh's advisory board when he was Prime Minister. Yeah. And similarly, an accountant, a lot of accountants, in fact, that we have as our finance department, and they're doing very, very well in terms of guiding us, especially engineering students who come in. They need that guidance in the beginning, and since they teach from the ground up, I think it's a very good thing that they do.
Yeah, adding on to the points about the faculty. So coming from the finance background, I personally felt like as compared to the other B schools, the faculty here is quite experienced. They have both the industry experience as well as the teaching experience.
Like
Like if
professor of practice.
Yeah, professors. Like if we say name of Dr. Ruchi Arora or Dr. T. Veeran or precisely Dr. Girish Jain, they are one of the best faculties in their domain knowledge and they do have very good knowledge. Like they are able to clear the doubts as well as they are able to get the interest of the people who are not from the finance background. So if we see finance or marketing or any other domain, HR ops or anything, so the faculty is really good. And apart from this, if we see the facilities offered here are good. We have in-campus hostel as well as boys reside 2 kilometers away in the RCI hostel. So the facilities offered are also very good.
Right. So where do you think this myth kind of stems from?
It might have to do with a lot of maybe rankings online that you might see or reviews online that you might read. But honestly, I don't find those sources very credible because there's always something going on in the background that you as a consumer might not know.
Very true.
And I've personally always come to maybe the Inside IM page to read. Honestly.
Shout out to us guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but adding on to that point, one of the major myths that come from our location.
Yeah.
Yeah, since the college campus is in Greater Noida, the perception about Greater Noida affects a lot about the BIMTECH's image.
Yeah.
But I think that plays also to its strengths that, there's a lot of peace here. Maybe in the after hours, after you're done with college, you need some downtime. And that's something that this place provides like very, very well. Like I can just sit and look at the sun go down, and it's genuinely very peaceful.
It's also, the narrative is such that it's hard to find good placements after graduation. Well, how has your experience been? You both are placed, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Actually, talking about our experiences, we'll say our experiences are really good. The college provided us with a n number of opportunities, and it's just you have to prove yourself how you are, among your peers, how you are the best, and you will easily bag. Since I am a PP holder from March, I got the opportunity in early October. I proved myself in my internship and I got the place. So college provides, and if talking about the top companies, talking about Wipro, KPMG, EY, all the top companies come to the campus. They give you opportunities. It's just simply you have to prove yourself.
Right. That's pretty powerful, yeah, because then you need to kind of also, it puts the focus again back on the skills that you garner over the years, right? Because that's how you then show and shine in the interview, and then show the interview, gain their trust, and then kind of get the placement that you probably are looking for.
Absolutely.
After speaking with second year MBA students, I felt the need to talk to students with niche specializations to uncover a couple of myths that I have. So let's find them. So Anjali, I had a couple of myths that I have, some notions that I want you to kind of debunk from your experience, okay? So we'll start one by one. Number one myth is the insurance industry is boring and lacks dynamic growth.
No, I think insurance industry is not boring. It is, I think the problem is more of awareness among the people, and that is why it happens to be, I've heard many times insurance about sales, insurance is monotonous, it is saturated, but no, it is not like that. Insurance here is known only, so the kind of image for this industry outside is insurance means LIC and sales and the agent,
Right.
and somebody would turn up in your drawing room explaining you
With
would
a
know,
tie, taking your number.
taking your details and discussing about policies, but no, it is not about, that is a part of the process. So for even insurance, you'll have certain product that is to be sold, right? So that is how I think it is not saturated. It is like people do not know much about it.
Awesome. I'll move to myth number 2. So it's like insurance management is only about sales and marketing and not strategic management. So the thing that you initially nudged upon, we can probably double click on that and you can elaborate that on a little more.
Insurance is not only about sales. Sales and marketing is a part. So any organization, let's say, it will have finance, it will have HR, it will have marketing team. So that is how insurance industry also works. Sales is just a part of it. You have a product there, you have a claims team, you have an underwriting team, you have a big finance team that is very responsible. There is a loss surveying team. So I'll give you a little example. Let's say you get a health claim for that reason. You go to a hospital and you figure out that yes, now you need a claim. So understand that is not only the sales part. If a claim is occurring, right, that means, there is a product that has already been sold. Then there is a finance team who must have been processing the claim. So there's so many things. I think in general, we lack awareness in that area.
I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. That stems because you get to interact with these people only initially.
Yeah.
And there's a whole other team that
Exactly.
is in the back end doing things.
Exactly.
That you don't get to probably
Exactly.
interact.
So that is the myth, we only interact with agents, and that's how.
And we think they are the only people
Exactly.
working.
No,
Yeah.
it isn't like that.
Right. Okay, one last thing. The curriculum doesn't equip students to deal with modern challenges in the insurance industry. Is the curriculum not that
No,
dynamic?
so I wouldn't say correct. See, again, insurance industry is very dynamic. I understand there will be times when you'll find the same thing redundant, but then I think the kind of curriculum we have, it is very, now that we are getting into that tech era, so we are being taught about, analytics, various technologies coming up into picture. So I won't say it is.
Right. Awesome. It was great talking to you. I personally got some great insight that I was not aware of. And okay, in my quest for debunking more myths, I have some other students who also meet.
Sure.
So I'll quickly go and meet them and cover those aspects.
Sure.
All right.
Thank
You can
you.
continue with your probably reading time, and I'll see you.
Sure.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting conversation. I got to learn a lot about insurance, and I hope the myths were debunked. Let's find somebody from international business to answer my next questions. So I have a couple of questions regarding international business, which who better person to debunk these myths than you, because you have already pursued that course, right? So myth number one is international business is only for those who want to work in multinational organizations. Is it true?
I don't think it's true. So basically, yes, international business program equips you with the requirements in the multinational corporations, but it also provides the opportunity for you to work in other sectors as well. So like I am placed at Infosys as an associate consultant, and which has nothing to do with the international business. But there are people from my class who are placed in the international business segment. It also brings the opportunity for us to work in the government sector. And apart from that, it also opens the skills for entrepreneurial like explorations if we want to. So that is it. So it's not just about multinational corporations.
Right. Got it. Thank you for debunking that. Okay, so we have myth number two, the PGDM International Business Program doesn't focus enough on the Indian market.
So I don't think that the international business program just focuses on the international part of it. We do learn the traditional marketing in the first and second trimesters. We do learn supply chain, we do learn international supply chain. So it's not, we just have an edge over the traditional program.
Understood.
Yeah.
Is it to like learn the best practices abroad and then also understand the local market? Is it because of that also?
Yes. I can say that when I had my internship at Noida, actually I was able to connect basically the things that I've learned in the classroom, the international business aspect, and then I was able to connect it to the local market. Like I was working in the South Delhi region, so I was able to connect those things to my internship in the local market. So it just helped me out in some ways, but I wouldn't say that it only focuses on the international part. It brings out the best in us.
Wow, it's a good answer. So is there no scope of entrepreneurship when you are pursuing a course like this?
There is. So as I already focused on the curriculum part initially, so we have subjects like e-lab. So there, a few of our friends were selected in the Vadvani Foundation for the business plan that they developed, and they're getting the funding for that. So yeah, we have our curriculum wherein the entrepreneurship is also like really, it's a part of our curriculum, and it is really appreciated, and it is actually, I wanted to say that international business, like the entrepreneurship is focused upon. It's not just like we are focusing on the job perspective. We are encouraging entrepreneurship in BIMTECH.
Right, pretty awesome conversation. With international business out of my way, let's explore retail management, a booming sector in India. I'll find someone to discuss this. Now let's go back to debunking our myths. Okay, I have a couple of myths around retail management. So myth number one is retail management is all about working in stores or managing inventory. What do you have to say about that?
See, when you take the entire value chain, so value chain starts from manufacturing, then you have your operations, then you have your retail, the entire process. Retail is one sector of it. But to understand retail, you have to learn each and every point, the echelons throughout the value chain, and it is very important. Yes, store management, retail management is a subject for us, no doubt, but we tap into each and every point of those value chain. For example, we have supply chain management, we have marketing. We also deal with how the information and the money flows throughout the entire value chain. So store management is a part, we specialize in it, no doubt, because that directly is very customer centric, no doubt about it. But when it comes to the entire value chain, we have each and every part in our entire curriculum which deals with the entire business.
Got it. And you can then specialize and move ahead in any of these.
Yeah, so we have strategy. So especially in the second year, we have digital marketing, something that we can focus on. We have strategy, something that we can focus on. And CRM, customer relationship management, that is also there. These are all different sectors we specialize on. And retail, yes, retail is a sector where we learn comparatively more.
Awesome. We'll move on to myth number two. So a PGDM in retail management doesn't have much scope in terms of diverse career options. Are you only stuck in the value chain, or can you do something else?
So no, so there are a lot of career options. For example, it's not only store management or operations. There is product management. Product management is because product is something that we sell. So being from retail, we know how the consumer perceive a certain product, and it helps us to manage the entire product, even from the entire product life cycle, from the launch to the different stages of the entire product which goes. We understand how the customers see the product, how they perceive the product, and accordingly we can make changes. So product is there. Then there is something called as buying and merchandising. So buying is buying the product, the merchandise for the retail stores. And later on, I have a couple of my colleagues, those who specialize in finance. So retail being one part of it, they understand where the investment goes and how does the return come. So it is not that it is only related to store management. Yes, you learn about store management, but your career option increases because at the end of the day, you have to sell to the customer. But how to sell, when to sell, and what to sell is something that we learn through the entire retail journey.
Perfect. Retail management spans multiple value chains with lucrative career options. We got to know that. India's infrastructure growth enhances this sector. So that's a pretty lucrative career for people wanting to make a career in. Now I'll speak with a senior to understand BIMTECH's approach to specializations, because here I see something different. So I met a couple of students from various different specializations, and I asked them myths around their specializations, MBA in general, student life, student experience. One major part of student experience and the learning experience is their specialization. So in a lot of B school, students have this notion that once they choose one particular specialization, for the next year they are just bound to that. So is it the same at BIMTECH, or do you have something different when it comes to choosing specializations and then studying further?
No, we don't want to straitjacket students. So students are free to choose their electives. So management is multidisciplinary by nature. You learn finance, you learn marketing, you learn psychology, you learn organization behavior, communication, strategy, HR, OP. So by nature, management domain subject is multidisciplinary. And if any business school is kind of straitjacketing students that you need to choose a specialization, that's probably little, so it should be avoided. And its students are adults, they are master students, they should be the students should be left to choose their elective, and that is what we are facilitating at BIMTECH. And it's your choice. Of course, life is not about limitless choice. Depending upon the CGPA, students will be getting their choice of electives.
Right. BIMTECH is student-centric. So far, my summary is this: fostering leadership and offering international immersion programs. I see some foreigners here. I'll talk to non-Indian MBA students to understand their experience about India and Indian MBA. So I have a couple of questions here. As I told you, we are debunking myths around Indian MBA. So I'll start with you, Noma. So the first myth is, how does the MBA program in India compare to what you expected before coming here?
Since I was in India before MBA, so I will talk about my experience before studying MBA. The culture here, it was more than my expectation. It's like people here are very humble. They are very happy. They have many occasions and celebrations during the year, and these celebrations spread around the world and became international, like Holi and Diwali. And also in BIMTECH, specifically in MBA, or you can say the program in India is very sophisticated. It's also what's stopped me when I started studying there in BIMTECH. The study is very involved with the business market, so it's very integrated. You don't only study theory, you study practical subjects. We have many teachers from the industry. Many we did internship during the course, so we are very integrated with the business market. When we finish, we will be ready to start. We don't need like a training or something.
Understood. So you get industry exposure while you are studying. So that primes you better for when you do a job later.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. And what about you? Same question I...
So to add on what my colleague has already said, it did exceed my expectations because I'm used to the MBA general rather than the MBA with the specialization. So when I was coming here, I was worried about the structure. But when I got here, when I got my orientation, I came to understand that this MBA is structured in a holistic way to cater in the first year for a broader and more holistic approach to understanding the MBA and the business market. But then in the second year, that's when now you get to specialize in the business faculty that you want to major in, which was one of my worries. But then after that orientation, I came to actually understand that I was in for more than I'd bargained for.
Right. So it was not difficult for you to kind of understand and gel up with the learning environment here, is what you mean?
It wasn't really difficult to adjust to it, yes. Mainly because I have prior experience, so it kind of makes it much easier. But obviously when you're new to it, I'm very sure it would have been more difficult. And one thing I love about BIMTECH and the MBA program is that the faculty here, they made us comfortable from day one. So it was very easy to integrate with the faculty, and also we learn through teamwork, so it is very easy to solve problems and to even attend to classes.
Right.
Yes.
So you can say that like 20 years ago it was maybe, you can say that, but nowadays no, the situation is very different. Now you feel like you can say all the world is like a small village. And you can now in India, all the programs, because I heard many stories from my friends about the education in India. Actually, it's not right idea. It's wrong. This concept is wrong. You can say that before 20 years ago, but nowadays it's not like this. All the world turned to a small village. In India, you can the courses in India is as much as advanced in another country in West, and sometimes you can. It's like more advanced. It's not at the same line. Like in India, you will not only take the knowledge, you will take very good experience, very.
Practical application of things that you learn.
Yeah, you will take practical learning, and also when you handle when you treat people, you will take very special impression. This thing is very special in India. This warm impression you will not find in the another places. So that's it. And there's something very we should talk about it in India. They involve AI in all courses and programs, so you can say it's up to date. So yeah, it's very special, and yeah, in my opinion, it's better because you will take the experience, social experience, and you will take practical experience in your job, in your study, and the courses are advanced.
Right. Awesome. Okay, it was great talking to both of you, and I really appreciate you sharing your experience and insights and helping our viewers debunk some myths that we had around Indian MBA in general. That's it for today's episode, guys. I debunked a lot of myths. I'm sure if there are any myths which are not debunked yet and you would like to know more about BIMTECH, please let me know in the comments below. We'll try our best to answer them. Also, do let us know which other university would you like us to cover next. Also, there is a link in the description which talks more about BIMTECH and the courses that they offer. So please do check that out. Meanwhile, this is Saif from Team Inside IIM signing off.